Hi everyone, Mike White here. Welcome to this week's vlog post. Here we are in the middle of August. Hard to imagine that there's approximately 90 days left in the year to get in front of the clients that we're going to be working with and get the applications in and closed and funded so that they show up in your income for 2021. It's amazing to think that once August is over, 2/3 of the year is gone. September closes out and 3/4 of the year is gone. And as we all know, there is some lead time from contact to closing to payroll. So these things do have to come into perspective. And we're also dealing with the fact that, in most parts of the country, some people have already sent their kids back to school. Some are getting ready to go back to school. August is one of those transitional months where it kind of gets spread out across the country from the beginning of August through the beginning of September. Lots of changes because for many of us last year, the children didn't go to physical school, they stayed home. And now, ironically, the kids are going back to school and many of the parents are staying home. So it's really important when we're at this place in time that we wrap our mind around exactly where we are and get ready to take that annual sprint to the holidays to get everything into the system that we're going to get in, to talk to the people that we need to talk to measure ourselves, our numbers against our projections. And we start out with just some key questions that I like to share with my clients on a regular basis so that they can just do a quick update. And again, we're just basing this against the business plan that we created for ourselves. So the first question in this series of questions is, are you tracking ahead or behind of your business plan? It's as simple as that. And again, I know it should be a monthly occurrence for many of you, and many of you do that in the middle of the month. So now would be the time again to look at where you are and measure these things. And as part of measuring things, how are you tracking your purchase versus your refi numbers? Again, many people had record-breaking years last year, largely due to the fact that refinances were plentiful. Not that there's anything wrong with doing a large number of refinances, but we all know purchase business is going to be the core piece of our business for longevity's sake and consistency's sake. And I think some of us have to really take a look at our purchase business and ask ourselves the question, if I was only going to do 75, if my total business was only 75% of what my purchase volume is right now, would I be okay? Would that be a number that would be acceptable? Because let's be honest, you don't get much more of a boost in the housing market than we have right now. You don't get much more of a boost in the refinance market than we've had. While those things are still very strong, eventually these things are going to even out. And unless you've made enough money to retire, and for some of you, you have, and congratulations. But for the others, you're going to continue on in a much more, for lack of a better word, normal market. And that's going to be a mix of about 70 to 80% purchase business. And those volumes, look back to 2015, 16, 17 as maybe a baseline normal year, so to speak, and say, am I good with those numbers? And if not, what are you going to do? The other thing is taking a look at our referral partner projections, because many of us fail to do that. Where are we tracking with the people that we anticipated were going to be sending us referrals? Are they ahead or behind? Have we generated the new referral partners that we had tried to set up for ourselves to do this year, accomplish? Have we identified and targeted all of the people and all of the opportunities that we wanted to get in front of? And how is that working? Is it meeting the expectation? Did you set a target of people with an expectation that a certain percentage of them would become referral partners? Did you set a target of marketing to your listing agents with an expectation that a certain percentage of those would become referral partners? Have you set yourself up to establish relationships with small banks and credit unions in your local market? And if so, how is that going? we've talked about all of these things, and the realities are, where are you? Because let's be honest, 2021 is 2/3 of the way completed. And if you're not ahead of schedule with your business plan, you might want to think about what are you going to do to get in line with what you really set out for yourself to accomplish. The other thing to do is, again, right now, we really got to buckle down on all those refinance targets. The market's been very volatile. The information's been all over the place. It's almost incredible that we get a inflation number coming in at about 5%, and the market kind of breathes a sigh of relief because it's not 7%. So again, pay attention to what's going on. If you can't make a good living, and if you can't do a tremendous amount of updating your people in your database, and getting them refinanced to a lower rate, or getting them out of MI or permanent MI or PMI with all the appreciation we had, you're missing opportunities to help them and to do loans. The other pieces of the puzzle is again, getting down to asking yourself the question, what am I doing now? And is what I'm doing for my prospecting and the team of referral partners that I have, and the way I conduct my business and how I've set myself up, what my processes are, how I market myself, how I share my availability and my knowledge to my community, is it sustainable? You've got to ask yourselves these questions, because it's really an important time to do that, because it's gonna get busier after the kids go back to school. It always does. 2 to 3, 4 weeks after the kids go back to school, we always see some new listings come into the market, people having to move because their houses are functionally obsolescent. The winter or the fall starts to come, and people realize, I'm not going to spend another winter in this house, or the fact that the time for the change I've missed. I said I was going to do it, I haven't done it. The year's coming to a close, I'm going to make it happen. Procrastination sometimes wakes up, and you really have to get moving on that, because you have to be out in front of the curve. Because if you're not, the business is not going to fall from the sky as easily as it has the past 18 months. So again, look at your plan. Is it working for you the way that you had anticipated? Are you having any issues with any of the questions that I've brought up? When you review these questions and you look at your business, if you're having issues, reach out, let us know. It's very simple. It's mike@imtcoaching.com. We're here to help. And hopefully you guys are having a great week, that all of these questions come back with favorable answers. But if not, we're here, and we look forward to talking to you again next week. Take care.